Today's video is all about custom building homes in Easton Park and where the best lots are. I'm going to check out 3 different lots, different price points too, so you can see if custom building makes sense for you. We're going to get after it right now. Hey, Daniel here, your local Easton Park real estate expert. If you're thinking of making a move to the Easton Park neighborhood, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on the latest real estate news. I typically upload once a week on this channel, usually on Tuesdays. I was a band director for 10 years before I jumped into real estate, and I found that a lot of the skills and values that helped me as an educator transferred over really well into real estate. Not so much lighting, as I realize I have very creepy lighting in my office right now, but what did translate is honesty, hard work, effective communication, and truly caring about people and their goals. So it doesn't matter if you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days. You can give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or schedule a Zoom call. Love to help you and your family find a great home and a great deal in our awesome neighborhood. So what we're looking at today is lots, right? You kind of have 2 options. Well, you have 3 options really if you want to buy a house in Easton Park. You can buy resale, right? Someone's already lived there, they're selling the home. You can buy new construction inventory. The builder's already built it or is almost completed building the home, and you can get pretty good deals with inventory. That's typically where the best deals live. Or you can do custom build with the builder. So what we're going to do, I'm going to kind of tour 3 different spots of the Easton Park map and kind of give you a sense of how much you would expect to pay for these lots and kind of how the process works. I'm currently living in Pilot Park in my second house in Easton Park. Both this house and my previous house, we did the build from scratch route. So I know this extremely well from personal experience as well. So let's jump in. This is a big map of Easton Park. Going to the southwest side here is actually where we're going to start in Pilot Park. And just so you're aware, all of the southern part of this past Sassman Road, that's going to be the future of Easton Park, okay? So yeah, let's just jump in. I feel like I can talk for days and I just need to stay on point with a lot of these videos. So, all right, looking in at Pilot Park over here. Now, I will say Pilot Park, you can see that, so all the red stuff is sold, right? Blue, dark blue are the available lots. That's what we're gonna be looking at. North of that, you see there's more lots. That's actually open lots. They just haven't released them yet. I'm excited when they do. I'm definitely gonna do a video about those. So definitely stay tuned for that. If you're thinking of buying or moving late 2026 and onward, those lots offer some really nice views. So definitely reach out to me if you're thinking about that. But as of recording, early November, what's available right now, I'm going to start with this lot 35 from $390,000. I'm going to give you a few reasons why, and then we'll talk about the price point. So to the far west over here is McKinney Falls Parkway. It gets pretty loud, and so you kind of want to be as far away from McKinney Falls Parkway as possible to reduce the road noise while you're just hanging out in your back patio. So definitely I wouldn't buy any, of these lots. It just gets, it's crazy loud. You want to be far away from that road. Also, future plans, I'm going to zoom out. See, we have Slaughter Lane here in the south. That's going to extend, I don't know if this is working east or west on the camera, but it's going to extend east, okay, right on your screen. And so you need to kind of be careful with these lots, lot 8, right, lot 12, because with Slaughter, you don't know when they're going to add commercial. So right now it's a green belt, but in the future you could be looking at the back of a Chase Bank, right? So I definitely think this is the one I would choose if I was picking of the ones in Pilot Park. We're near the end of a cul-de-sac, very little through traffic here. You're far away from from McKinney Falls, and you're far away from future plans with Slaughter. So it will always be peaceful back here. Now you can see, and I love that Brookfield does this. This is a really important aspect to understand if you've never built a home on a lot. You have limited options based on the size, quote unquote, size of lot. And so you'll see builders say, we have our 40-foot product, our 50-foot product, our 60-foot product. What they mean by that is on a typical 40-foot lot, the width of the lot is 40 feet, okay? With that, they have specific floor plans that will fit on that lot. And so with this, I believe this is a 40-foot. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure this is a 40-foot. And so with that, they have specific floor plans that they offer on this lot. You can't put a 50-foot floor plan on a 40-foot lot. I put quotation marks because you can see even just the pictures here. This lot is bigger, right? This is that's going to be wider than 40 feet because it's a corner lot. So it's quotations. They're not all actually 40 feet. But looking at this, I love that they do this. So we can see Oakwood plan is going to be their cheapest, and that's priced from $375 with upgrades and a lot premium. You're probably looking more around $430, right? Would be the lowest, I would think. $430,000, and then we go all the way up. Used to be the Cambridge, that actually has added the Chapman plan, 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, close to 2,400 square feet, 2-story, and that starts at $470, so you're probably closer to around $540 when it's all said and done. So on this lot, you would be able to build, with typical upgrades, you're looking between $420,000 up to about $540,000. So that's the first one. Now let's go check out the second lot. Now, before we jump into the second one, I did want to point out a couple things I kind of haven't talked about yet. So the top of the screen, I'm sure you've noticed, it says rates as low as 2.99, right, asterisk. What that is Brookfield is offering a 2-1 buy down. And so that means the first year, your mortgage would have a 2.99% interest rate. So your payment would be pretty low per month. Second year, that would go up to 3.99. And then the third year onwards would be 4.99 fixed, okay? So that's typically how that works. Honestly, you can negotiate different rates, different schemes of how you want the builders to pay incentives. I will say, though, you have limited negotiation when it comes to these custom build lots that we're talking about today. You can do a lot of negotiating on inventory homes with builders. You can negotiate obviously with resale sellers like normal, but when it comes to I want this lot and this floor plan, you're kind of buying from the prices they give you. They don't really negotiate when it comes to this, okay? So be aware of that. Other thing I'll say, I realized I didn't say before, is the timeline. So depends on the builder, right? Depends on the market. But right now, if you're wanting to build a new home, you're looking at about 5 to 9 months. Again, depending on the builder. I think 5 is probably pushing it. This house I'm in right now with Brookfield, I think they built it in 6 months, and I was really impressed with how quickly they did that. Most homes will take about 7 to 8 months. So just kind of have that in your mind. If you are going this route, plan ahead before maybe your lease ends or whatever that would be. All right. So like I said, the first homes were the 40-foot lots. We're actually going to now stay with Brookfield, but go to their 50-foot lots. And so now we're going to go to the southeast. And over here, this is where most of the action is happening, over in Prospect Park. All the builders, or most of the builders, are building over here right now. Same sort of thing where you have this dark blue, and anything that's not, right, it just says it's just green, that's the other builder. So you can build out here with Perry, with Highland, with Taylor Morrison, or with Brookfield. I'm just picking Brookfield because it's the next step up in price point, and I think they have some of the better lots in this price point. So let's talk about what I'm going to pick. I'm actually going to go with this guy, lot number 1, okay? But let's talk about why I didn't pick some of the other ones. So you might think, well, what about these guys over here, right? They don't have a rear neighbor, right? You're just next to this road, semi-cul-de-sac here. And the issue with these two is the future of this road. So this is Coda Vista. Right now, this road actually ends right here. So this part doesn't even exist, okay? Now, I'm not sure how loud Coda Vista is going to be. I can tell you already that 1625 is surprisingly loud from here, because there's some trees here. You would think it would block a lot of the sound. It doesn't. And you can easily just like drive over here, get out of your car and go, yeah, I hear what he's talking about. 1625 and 183, the road noise is pretty horrendous. Plus, they're going to be building a community center here in the future. And now that will stop the road noise. You're going to be hearing, building noises for who knows how long. But then I think that's going to make Coda Vista more popular, and there's going to be more people driving here. So I wouldn't pick these because, yeah, you don't have a rear neighbor, but you're right up next to a road. And I've seen people really struggle, try to sell their home that backs up to a busy road, okay? So I would avoid that like the plague. The other ones are okay. I mean, I always go for a corner lot. I have a golden retriever. Having more land, more yard space is important to me. For some people, they prefer a smaller lot. It's less yard work. I would pick this one mainly because you're a little bit elevated. Now, not so much you're going to get a great view, but I mean more against this road. So Apogee is right here. This is also somewhat of a busy road. It's right in the middle of Easton Park. But this part, as you're driving by Apogee, I don't know why, for whatever reason, there's a wall here. And this section of Prospect Park is like 10 feet higher than the road. And that does a huge amount to block the sound of the road. I've stood right here and you can hear a car coming to about here, and then I guess behind the wall, and you can't hear it anymore. So I think this lot is going to be really quiet. It's still easy to get to, like it's pretty easy access to get in and out from that roundabout over here. And it's just a massive lot, right? You only have one rear neighbor, no side neighbor. All of these are courtyard homes. They're lower priced homes. And so it's going to be much easier to have kind of parking on the street if you have people over. And yeah, I just like that's a bigger lot. So looking at the prices, this is an $8,000 lot premium. I'm a big fan of picking the right lot. The reason I actually live in my current house is nothing to do with the house. It was a vacant lot, and I loved the view from what would be the backyard. And so we then put the floor plan that worked for us. But the thing I love most about my house is just going out in the morning and seeing the sunrise, because we're at one of the highest points in Easton Park. So the view you get, the size of lot you get, right? We're also in a corner lot, so my dog has plenty of room to run around. Those things are really important to me. But just so you can kind of get a sense of the prices we're looking at, the Drake plan is their lowest that you could fit on here. That's starting at $475,000. I would add about $60,000 in upgrades, realistically, plus that $8,000 premium. So you're probably looking around $540,000 as far as like the low end of what you can realistically expect for a home here. And then on the high end, right, we start at $540,000. This starts at $550,000. This is close to a 3,000 square foot home, 4-bed, 3 full baths, 2-car garage, and move in January 2026. I don't know what that's about. That's impossible. I promise you it's vacant. That would be probably low 600,000. So if you're looking mid to low 500,000s to low 600,000s, this would be a great lot to custom build on. All right, let's go check out one more, and this will be a higher priced lot. Okay, the final one we're going to check out is actually a Taylor Morrison lot. Okay, so Taylor Morrison Perry, they are going to be the higher priced home builders in Easton Park, and they're both building in the same place. Taylor Morrison's website is just a little bit easier to navigate. That's why I chose this site map. So we're going to look at theirs. But we're in Prospect Park, okay, where we were earlier with Brookfield, but now looking at what Taylor Morrison has. Everything on here in green, the green dots, these are available. Now I like that they actually tell you exactly how much the lot premium is. There's quite a few good options here. You kind of have 3 options. You have kind of just your normal inside of a street. You have your corner lots. They have quite a few of those. But then you also have down here, there's 6, 7 lots that are 8 lots that are greenbelt. So, and I know the future of what's going south of there. There will be future parts of Easton Park, but they're going to be separated by quite a distance. So you're going to get a true greenbelt view. And so I do think these are the best lots to look at. Now, of these available, this one makes the most sense to me because there is the space in between the two, so you have a little bit of a buffer from one of your neighbors, and then obviously no rear neighbor. So looking at lot 40, the lot premium is $40,000. Now, I want to clarify something I said earlier. You can't negotiate much with the pricing, but they're still doing deals. So I'm pretty sure Taylor Morrison is offering half off their lot premiums right now, as well as they're offering a 4.99% interest rate. They're still offering a lot of those things. You just don't have room to negotiate even more that you would an inventory home. Okay, so you can still get pretty good deals with this. So $40,000, let's just go with they're not doing a deal. It's just $40,000, right? Maybe the market has changed since I recorded this video. Now this is on 60-foot lots, and so let me skip over now to what they have on. This is your 60-foot plan. So their lowest price 60-foot plan is their Garnet floor plan. This is 2,700 square feet, 4-bed, 2.5 bath. All of these are going to be 3-car garages, what we're looking at now. And starting at $596,000, Taylor Morrison, you put a lot in upgrades with them. Kind of depends how bougie you want to be, but Typically, from my experience, you're probably looking around 70 to 80,000 in upgrades with Taylor Morrison. So, being realistic with this and the lot premium, right, and the upgrades, you're looking in the low 700,000s, right? When it's all said and done, you'll probably have a house around 700,000, and that's on the low end if you custom build with Taylor Morrison. You can definitely get it in the 600,000s. You just may not get all the upgrades that you would want, okay? But these are quite large homes. And then the largest home they have is their Larimer, right? Which you can actually, it's the only floor plan available in all of Easton Park that offers this 4-car garage. It's really cool. But this is a massive home, right? We're going past 4,000 square feet now. This is the largest home in Easton Park by far. Starting at 682,000, again, adding lot premium and then adding in upgrades that you'll typically do. We're looking around the low to mid 800,000s with this house. 4-bed, 3.5 bath. Like I said, you can get a 4-car garage. All of that, those are upgrades. So just something to be aware of. So yeah, with this one, you are looking between 700,000 to, I would say, 850, and everything in between. You can go even higher if you want to get the nicest flooring, the greatest countertops, the fireplace with floor to ceiling tile. You want an extended back patio. You have so many options when it comes to these. And then you can also do structural upgrades too. You can decide to take a room out, make that game room longer. You can do a lot of things. So that's why I like doing the custom build route, is you can truly make it exactly what you want it to be, but you will pay a small premium for that. So yeah, I hope this video helped y'all, especially if you're new to Easton Park and you're considering building out here. It's really helpful to speak with a realtor that's not only knowledgeable of the neighborhood, but who lives here. I've lived here since 2021. I'm in constant communication with the builders, the developers. I know the future plans of Easton Park, and so I can use that to my advantage when I'm, advising a client on, hey, they're going to be building a road right there. Don't buy a house there, right? You got to make sure you're speaking with someone knowledgeable. So if you are considering buying in our neighborhood, you can give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or schedule a Zoom call. Love to help you and your family find a great home in our awesome neighborhood. Even if you're not thinking of buying anytime soon, feel free to shoot me a text. My info is in the description below. Happy to answer any questions you may have. And until next time, I'm going to figure out how to put a lamp right here to fix my lighting. And I hope to see you guys around the neighborhood.